Hi everyone, my name's Tamer and welcome to today's video. Over the years, there have been many different types of accessories available for the Pokemon games. Everyone remembers Heart Gold Soul Silver's Pokewalker, or more recently the Pokeball Plus, which functions largely the same with a lot less features. But today, we're going to be taking a look at some of the lesser known peripherals. Some of these were pre-order bonuses, region exclusive promotional items, or even Nintendo owned accessories, never intended to be in the hands of the fans. If you're excited for today's video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. It would really help me out. Without any further ado, let's take a look at some of the rarest Pokemon accessories to date that you don't have in your collection. Number 6 is probably the most well-known item on this list. The Pokemon Colosseum bonus disc was given out to anyone who pre-ordered the game in North America. While this disc contained trailers for the game and the new Jirachi Wishmaker movie, those features aren't what makes this disc so desirable. The third and final feature that does make this disc so sought after is that it can be used to distribute Jirachi to Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. This could be done as many times as you liked, so long as the Ruby or Sapphire game hadn't already received Jirachi, allowing players to infinitely farm it as well as shiny hunt it, since the Jirachi in this disc wasn't shiny locked, despite the shiny not being officially released until Generation 6. Prior to Generation 4, this is also the only way to receive a Jirachi in North America without using glitches or a cheating device. The disc would also apply a patch to fix the infamous berry glitch, allowing clock-based events such as growing berries to finally resume as normal. For these reasons, the disc has slowly but surely been rising in price over the years. If you're looking to pick one up today, you're ready to shell out between $100 and $150 US. Number 5 on our list may leave you with a case of deja vu. It's the Japanese version of the Pokemon Colosseum bonus disc. This disc differs greatly from its North American counterpart, and sadly, most of those reasons are not for the better. On one hand, this disc did contain a bunch of extras that we didn't get over in North America, such as an Event Pikachu, an extra Master Ball, and a PP Max. On the other hand, it required a fully complete Pokemon Colosseum save file to be on the memory card in order for the game to distribute a single Celebi. What's more, the game only allowed you to distribute 48 Celebi, one for each Shadow Pokemon purified. After that, the game would no longer distribute any Celebi, which was a huge downside when compared to the infinite amount of Jirachis you could obtain from the North American version of the disc. Despite the disc's glaring design flaws, I did come up with a potential workaround. Now, I haven't tested this, so this is all conjecture, but in theory, I see no reason why it wouldn't work. So before you start distributing any Celebi, put an additional memory card into the GameCube and copy your original save file to that memory card. Then when your original memory card runs out, delete the save file and copy the save from the other memory card back onto your original. This should allow you to continually generate more and more Celebi, basically getting around the 48 Celebi limitation. Despite all its limitations, this disc passes its North American counterpart in price, recently selling between $100 to $200 US. Number 4 on our list is the first item, or should I say series of items on our list, that was never available for commercial use. And those items would be the DS series of Pokemon Event Distribution Cards. Back in the day, if you happened to bring your DS and qualifying Pokemon game to a video game chain like GameStop or another retailer such as EB Games or Toys R Us, rest in peace, during a certain promotional period, you could receive a myriad of event Pokemon, such as shiny legendaries or mythicals. All you had to do was go into Mystery Gift, press receive via wireless, and a Pokemon would be delivered to your game. But how exactly did this work? It's actually less complicated than you'd think. The retailer in question would be sent guidelines and instructions on how and when to do the distribution, promotional material such as posters to bring in customers, and a special game cartridge with some variation of
"Not for resale, must be returned to Nintendo"
on it. This cart, when put into a DS system with a system date within the given distribution period, would allow the operator of the game cart to press A to distribute the event, and again to stop distributing it. During the store hours, these cards would be set to distribute events in order to try and bring customers, and when the store closed, the cart would be set to stop distributing, or the system containing the cart would be turned off. After the distribution date, the cart would be sealed back into a return to sender envelope that had arrived with the package initially, and sent back to Nintendo, presumably to be destroyed. At least, that's what was supposed to happen. Many of these cartridges did not make a return trip to Nintendo. Whether it be due to the carts being lost, Forgotten about or stolen, the cards very regularly began to pop up on eBay. Seeing as these cards had no limit to the amount of Pokemon they could distribute, it's no surprise people were willing to risk stealing from Nintendo, knowing collectors would be willing to pay a premium for such an item. And they were right on the money. Some of these cards are a bit more desirable than others, and their prices reflect that. The least desirable cards have sold recently as low as the $100 to $150 range, while the higher end ones usually sell for several $100 each, a significant price jump from our previous items. But there are plenty more items on this list that don't even come close, so let's keep going. Number 3 on our list is the NTSC version of Pokemon Box. The predecessor to Pokemon Bank, Pokemon Box was released in 2003 for Japanese players and 2004 for the rest of the world. While copies were and are still plentiful in Japan, the same cannot be said for Europe and North America. In Europe, the game is only available through Nintendo of Europe's website, or as a bonus with the Pokemon Colosseum GameCube bundle. As a result, these copies are a bit higher priced than the Japanese counterparts. But the US copies are the ones that are truly rare. Sold exclusively at the now defunct New York City Pokemon Center, copies are extremely sought after and very expensive, considered by many to be the most valuable English GameCube game of them all. If you're a true Pokemon fan and collector, and you really want to get an NTSC copy of Pokemon Box, get your wallet ready because just the disc alone is going to cost you around $250 in today's market. If you're looking for the complete in-box version, it's going to be closer to $700. And if you're looking for the big box version that comes with the extra box and the Game Boy Advance to GameCube link cable, my estimate would be that that's probably closer to the $900 to $1,000 range, maybe even more. I can't give exact data because I'm gonna be honest, I have not seen one sell in quite a long time, so that's my guess. But yeah, we're getting to some pretty high numbers on this list, but these next two items may just be more valuable. Number 2 is the first instance of a card-based item on this list. This is the demo version of the Cool Trainer Matego e-reader card. Now some of you may be wondering what an e-reader or e-reader cards are, and that's a pretty fair question. The e-reader cards are a series of collectible cards with dot code strips along the bottom or the side of the cards. When scanned by this add-on for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, the e-reader, they could be used to add bonus content to a compatible game, or even play mini-games among other things. Think of them like the precursor to Amiibo. However, unlike Amiibo, they were a commercial flop outside of Japan. Because of this, the vast majority of the Pokemon games that were given e-reader cards in support only received them in Japan, with Canada, the US, and Australia getting only a few of the 5+ series of Pokemon-related e-cards, and Europe not even getting the e-reader in the first place. Now that you have a better idea of what e-reader cards are, let's dive back into Cool Trainer Matego. The promo version was only released in Australia and Japan, and came packaged in with the e-reader. He has all 3 fully evolved Hoenn starters, and is otherwise unremarkable. In the demo version, he just has the unevolved version of the starters, but that's not what makes the demo card special. What makes it special is the rarity and lack of verifiable information surrounding this card. From what a friend of mine and a few other sources were able to gather, these demo cards were distributed to approximately 540 select stores across Japan, with each store getting only one. From there, customers could have the cards scanned into their game to get familiar with the e-reader, the cards, and how they interacted with the Pokemon games. However, these cards were store property and were never distributed to customers. Of the alleged 540, only one has been documented online to my knowledge, though it's speculated at least a few more are out there in private collections. Because of this, it's impossible to assign a value to this card, so I decided to put it at number 2 simply because there's just not enough information to put as the rarest and most valuable item on my list, but it's definitely one of the most rare and obscure pieces of Pokemon memorabilia out there. The final item on this list is none other than the GBA Pokemon Distribution Cards. These cards did the same thing as the aforementioned DS distribution cards. However, there were much fewer of these available, because they were primarily used at official Pokemon events by Pokemon themselves. Only a select few distributions, such as the Mystery Mew distribution, were sent to retailers, and these events had an incredibly small time frame of availability when compared to the DS events. The Mystery Mew event in particular was only available in stores for 1 day, for just 3 hours. These were supposed to be sent back to Nintendo like the DS cards. Since they had a system attached to them, Nintendo was most likely much more strict about ensuring these were returned to them. As a result, these are incredibly desirable to collectors and are seldom sold. When these do come up for sale, they sell for several thousands of dollars. The most recent listing I could find sold for just under $3,500 US, making it by far the most expensive item on this list. And this listing was from last year, before the 2020 Pokemon boom that has seen many rare pieces of Pokemon memorabilia setting record high prices. There's no doubt in my mind that the value on something like this could double or even surpass the $10,000 US range if one were to sell in the current market. And there you have it. Those were 6 rare and valuable Pokemon peripherals you don't have in your collection. Hopefully you enjoyed our look back at some rare pieces of Pokemon history. If so, I'd really appreciate you dropping a like on this video. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me make a video on next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.